that me? I'm sorry.
Sorry. Why is this kind of...
Oh, wait, yo, hold on. Wait. My boy Tashawn say he gonna be in New York on the 30th.
Hey, sir, he said that
Hey.
last week.
Yeah, he said it last week.
Oh,
too.
yeah, you
for
weren't
real?
here. You weren't here.
Oh, facts.
Hey, yo, we
gonna be
linking
lit.
up. What's the word?
That's a fact.
Yeah.
That's the fact. He gonna pull up to the stream.
For real?
Word.
That's fire, bro. Yo, I can't
Hold on,
wait.
this is from a stand-up?
Yeah.
Copyright.
I mean, there's no visuals though. I don't think it's gonna.
All right, we'll see.
You know about Colorado? Do you know about it? It's cold there too, and they have legal weed. That's the way to do it. First state to step up. First state to say enough is
When
this
this actually came
fucking
out.
baby nonsense. Treat me like a child, telling me I can't have weed. First of all, everybody who tells you you can't have weed, they all should get on weed. Every single one of those motherfuckers, they're the people who need weed more than anybody. The people that are trying to stop weed,
Stop weed.
everybody who says you're wasting your life, oh, you're gonna get paranoid. You getting paranoid? That's the best part. Everybody's afraid of that. Everybody's afraid of getting paranoid. I think it's a good idea to be paranoid now and again, because I think people are entirely too cocky for the situation that we're confronted with. What this life actually is, we're on a fucking giant ball that's spinning in space, and nobody talks about it. It's going 1,000 miles an hour, floating in the sky. Above us is a giant fireball, 1,000,000 times bigger than the Earth, and you need it for vitamin D. If you stare at it, you'll go blind. It's trying to give you cancer, and if it's not there, you get sad. You're not freaking out? You're not freaking out. Are you sure? You're not paying attention. You're fucking putting blinders on, bitch.
See that shit, man?
If you're paying
Treat
attention,
that.
you should be freaking out all the fucking time. We're spinning in infinity, and it doesn't come up. What's infinity? That's the weird one. What's infinity? It means it's so big you can't measure it. No, it's crazier than that. It does mean that, but you know what that really means? That means infinity is so big that everything that has ever happened on Earth in the exact same order, down to that pause, has happened an infinite number of times all throughout the universe. Everywhere in space, there is a you making the same colossal fucking errors that you've made your entire life. So if anybody ever tells you you could do better, man, go, apparently not. Because that's infinity. And if that doesn't freak you out, man, you need to eat a pot cookie and get on a fucking airplane, because you're entirely too cocky. You're entirely too cocky. You want to shit your pants? Pot cookie airplane. That's a religious experience. It's available for everyone.
Bro, I believe that too. I'm like, I don't think I would want to do that, even like, just because.
That sounds terrible, bro.
Yeah.
It sounds terrible, and the reason why like I'm like more hesitant now is because I had like, without doing that, I had like a crazy ass panic attack, like anxiety attack, like a few flights ago. I was just going to Ohio, I think.
I think I remember that. Was that the day that I took you to the airport?
I don't know.
And we had that long ass talk.
That was before. Yeah. That I didn't have like anxiety on the plane that time, but it was this other time. Daniel actually dropped me off that time, but it wasn't like, I wasn't like really anxious or like that during that period, like that time.
Mm-hmm.
But what had happened was like, cause I was eating before the flight, right? And I was like, there was like, I don't know. I think I just rushed. I think I just ate way too quick, like before the flight, and then I was like super full. But at the same time, I don't know what was going through my head or whatever. But I get on the flight, bro, and like we didn't even take off yet. So they announced that the cabins was closed or whatever, and then something went south quick because I just felt like a tunnel vision thing. And mind you, I was completely sober, so it's like I felt like tunnel vision and like almost like a pressure on my face, and then I was like, in my mind I'm like, bro, I'm not making no scene on a flight right now, bro, because this is not good. So
Because this is not good.
so like I was legitimately like I could feel my heart rate like pounding, bro. Like I've never had that type of experience on an airplane. Like we didn't even take off yet.
You know, that sucks.
Once we did take off, bro, when I tell you, thankfully it's like a short flight, it's like a 2-hour flight. But I literally had to like I sat still for the entire ride. Like usually, you know, I'll get like try to get comfortable, you lean on whatever.
Yeah.
Like the only way I could like calm my heart rate down is just like knowing that I was still, and just like I didn't even like
It'd be like that.
I tried to like listen to like just like nothing really. I couldn't. I usually watch something.
Yeah.
I tried to watch something and then it just didn't help. I was like really like having a whole ass panic attack. I was like, I need to control myself. I just had to keep talking to myself and like, cause it's not my first one. Like I've had it just from like smoking and shit like that too.
See, that's the only time that I've ever gotten one. It was from an edible. No. I got one from smoking, and then I got one from the edible. That shit, the one from the edible, literally prepped me for everything else.
Yeah, that's the good thing about panic attacks, though. It's like once you go through like 2 or 3 of them, like they always just get less and less serious.
Yeah.
Or
like, you know what I'm saying?
Like I don't even know if like they necessarily get less serious, but you know that you're gonna get away from it. Like you're gonna
But you get away
get
quicker.
out of it.
At least for me, like I don't get them as bad because now I know what it is.
Yeah.
And it's like
I didn't know what the fuck that shit was. Like I remember I was like, this is one time I was smoking. I was talking to this girl. I was like, so I was fucking taking edibles, and then I started having mad thoughts, and I couldn't turn that shit off. She's like, whoa, that sounds like a panic attack. I'm like, I didn't know what the fuck that shit was. Like I heard the term, but I'm like, me?
Yeah,
you know what I'm
that's what
saying?
I
Like,
That's what I thought too, man.
Nah, that shit is crazy. Like, I think like the closest thing, I don't know. For me, when I have like those experiences, it's only when I'm on like some type of mind altering substance. Yeah. And I feel like that's partially a part of the experience.
Right. Yeah.
Like I feel like if it's like, speaking of waves, it's like being on a crazy wave. If you're on a wave, it's kind of like exhilarating, but I feel like if you're doing something like that, it's kind of inherently nerve-wracking. You do anything that's dangerous. Yeah. There's a fun part to it if you choose to see it that way, but it's also like, yo, what the fuck? Like some shit I might really lose my fucking mind, bro.
Nah, that's a fact.
Shit is crazy, bro.
Yeah, it's like literally like training at some point. In a way, it's like you training.
Yeah. For like, I guess like a real event in which it would garner that kind of reaction. Yeah. Which we don't really face because we're civilized and shit. You know what I'm saying? But like our ancestors, boy, like that was.
It is. That's actually crazy. Yeah. Like, what is it like that we like? Just thinking of that type of reaction. Like, what are we actually training? Like, our mental fortitude type.
Yeah,
shit?
I think so. Yeah, composure.
Yeah.
Like I remember, what's the name? Fucking, what's that show called? The British show, Top Boy. What's the name? Started having them shits.
Oh, facts. Yeah.
He started having them shits. He started having like panic attacks before he put in work. Yeah. Or no, not even just before he put in work in general, but
just
then
being stressed and always having people to account for and stuff like that.
Right. And then he asked Sully. He said, "Yo, you ever had that feeling?" It's like, I get that feeling right before I put in work. That's what he said. Yeah. And I'm like, I could imagine if you're really about to go, like, you might fuck around and kill somebody or something like that. You're gonna have those kind of feelings if you ever have to, you know what I mean? A normal individual probably doesn't. This doesn't apply, but like, like gangster niggas often do them shits. That's why a lot of them dudes be on drugs. But when they do something like, you know what I mean? They'll take Molly's, they'll take perks, they'll do all that shit because they can't be in a normal mindset and do that shit.
Nah, that makes sense. Still crazy, but yeah.
Yeah, nah, super. Yo, shout out to panic attacks.
Shout
out to anxiety. Shout out to paranoia.
And if you have it, we love you, and everything is gonna be okay. Don't let that shit hold you down. You're gonna get through it. It gets better. Trust.
Get through it.
And like my boy Misa said, she gets no shout out. 3 Ridleys. Shout out to all the trees. 3 Ridleys. Don't forget the Ridleys. Ridley is a raccoon, right? Ridley from Regular Show?
No.
What is he?
That's not his name.
Oh, what's his name?
Rigby.
Oh, Rigby.
Rigby.
3 Rigby's.
I started forgetting. I'm like, what is his name?
Yo.
Shout out to Rigby.
Word. Shout out to Rig.
Shout
I
out.
said Ridley, bro. You know what I just realized? Ridley is the fucking dragon from Samus, bro.
Metroid. Yeah, I'm like, that's what I thought she was. Really, I'm like, oh, okay.
Rigby. That's crazy.
Yo. Shout out to Joe Rogan. Shout out to Rocky Mountain High.
Yeah.
And shout out to everybody that got to this point in the video.
Yeah.
We thank you
Word.
for taking the journey.
Subscribe, please.
Yes.